Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're going to learn some useful phrases for expressing opinions, how to express, ask, agree, disagree, and explain your thoughts. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to communicate your ideas clearly and politely, just like native speakers do in real discussions. Before we start, think for a moment. When was the last time you disagreed with someone? How did you express your opinion? Okay, keep that in mind as we go through today's lesson. Expressing your opinion. Let's begin with some basic ways to share your opinion. Listen and repeat after me. I think, I think ice cream is the best dessert. I believe, I believe technology will improve rapidly. I like, I like classical music. In my opinion, this is the best movie. Now, let's try some negative forms. I don't like, I don't believe, and here are two more advanced phrases. From my point of view, and as far as I'm concerned, repeat after me and try to make your own sentence using one of these phrases. Dialogue practice. Let's listen to Amina and Dole. Amina says, I think school should start later because students are always tired in the morning. Dole says, in my opinion, the current timetable is fine. Students just need to go to bed earlier. Now think, who do you agree with more, Amina or Dolet? Pause the video for a moment and say your answer out loud. Strengthening your opinion. Sometimes we want to sound stronger or more confident. Here are a few ways to do that. I strongly believe. In my honest opinion, I'm convinced that there's no doubt that. Let's repeat. I strongly believe we must protect the environment. Try to say your own sentence with I'm convinced that. Dialogue practice. Here's how Amina and Dole use stronger language. Amina says, I strongly believe that starting later would improve concentration and grades. Dole says, in my honest opinion, changing the timetable won't help much. Notice how they sound more confident now. Think, what words make their opinions stronger? Good. Now say your own sentence using one of those phrases. Asking for opinions. Now, how can we ask others about their opinions? Here are some natural ways. What do you think about? How do you feel about? What's your opinion on? Would you agree that? Do you think? Try asking one of these questions aloud. For example, what do you think about online learning? Dialogue practice. Amina and Dole are asking each other questions now. What do you think about teenagers' sleep needs? How do you feel about parents who work early in the morning? What's your opinion on schools that already tried a later start? You can pause here and practice asking one of these questions with clear pronunciation. Agreeing. When you agree with someone, you can say, I agree. That's right. Me too. Absolutely. Exactly. Let's practice. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat your reaction after me. Chocolate is delicious. Absolutely. Exercise is important. Exactly. Now try saying your own short opinion and respond to it as if you were agreeing, disagreeing. Of course, we don't always agree, and that's okay. Here's how to disagree politely. That's not right. I don't think that's very good. I disagree. I see your point, but that last one, I see your point, but is softer and more polite. Let's practice. Say, I see your point, but I think social media can be harmful. Neutral or partial agreement. Sometimes we agree only partly. In that case, use these phrases. I'm not sure about that. I partly agree with you. Maybe, but. Try saying one of these aloud with your own example. For instance, I partly agree with you. The movie was good, but too long. Full conversation example. Now let's put everything together. Amina, I agree that teenagers need more sleep. Dole, that's right. Sleep is very important for health. Dole, but I disagree that schools should change the timetable. I think students should change their habits instead. Amina, I partly agree with you. Yes, habits matter, but the school system should also adapt. Dole, I'm not sure about that. It might be too difficult for parents and teachers. You can pause now and read this conversation aloud, or try to create your own version on a similar topic. Explaining your opinion. To make your opinion stronger, always explain why you think something. Here are some useful connectors. I think X because the reason I feel this way is, for example, that's why. Example, I enjoy sports. That's why I play basketball every weekend. Now it's your turn. Say one opinion and explain it using because or for example. Dialogue practice. Amina says, I think schools should start later because scientific research shows that teenagers' brains work better after 9 a.m. Dalet replies, I think the current timetable is good because it teaches students responsibility. Notice how both of them explain their opinions. Pause and practice explaining your own opinion about school, technology, or food. Anything you like, tips for discussions. When you share opinions, remember these tips. 1. Be polite, even if you disagree. 2. Listen actively, show interest. 3. Use examples, they make your point stronger. 4. Balance, speak and also invite others to share. Think about which of these you already do well and which one you could improve. Conclusion, excellent work today. Now you can express opinions, agree, disagree, and explain politely. Remember, expressing opinions is more than just saying I think. With these phrases, you can speak clearly, confidently, and respectfully. In class, at work, or anywhere in English. As a small task, write or record yourself answering this question. Do you think school should start later? Use at least 2 opinion phrases and 1 agreement or disagreement phrase. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now.